You've heard me talk about getting pre-approved before you get out there and start shopping for houses because you need to know what you're able to afford, right? Well, today we're going to talk about rate holds on pre and new construction, and I'm going to tell you a story about a client that saved a whack load of money thanks to Dion Mahadio at RBC. Rate holds, okay? They are done for terms. RBC does them for 6, 9, 12, 18, 24, and 36 month periods. So Dion was able to lock in our client for a year rate hold. Let's start from the beginning though. So we had a client buy a property, a $1.3 million home back in February of 2021. At that time, he didn't do the rate hold right away and speak to Dion. Like most of us, he procrastinated, right? It wasn't something he needed to do right away. Luckily for him though, he did go in June of that year, spoke to Dion and got everything locked away and held a rate at 2.99. Now, like most new construction, there was a delay with the completion of his house, so we had to extend it. So the 2.99, Dion was able to still get him a 3.29. What a great rate, considering if he didn't do this back in June of 2021, he'd have today's rate of 5.5%. What a big difference that would be. The rate of 3.29 to 5.5 is a difference to him of $1,100 in monthly payments. That's a lot of money. $1,100 is a lot of money every single month to be changing. So the worst case scenario here would be that he can't afford this house anymore. He no longer qualifies and he'd have to sell it through an assignment, and now he has no house at all. But don't worry, our story has a happy ending, right? I told you he's gonna save a whack load of cash. So he has that 3.29% rate instead of 5.5. So what does that do? That saves him $1,100 a month, which is about $13,000 a year, which over his 5-year fixed term would be about $65,000 he's saving. So that's a lot of money, right? Well, on top of that, in the 5.5 rate, he'd be paying over his 5-year term $237,000 in interest. Simply wasted money. Where with the 3.29, he's only paying $140,000 in interest. That means he's only wasting, because interest is wasted money, right? But it has to be done, a difference. He's saving $100,000 approximately. That is huge, astronomical. And this is one of the reasons why you need to talk to a specialist when you're doing something like this. Pre and new construction is not the same as buying a resale house. If you needed heart surgery and your brother was the best brain surgeon in all of Canada, would you ask him to perform your heart surgery? No, you wouldn't. So like this, ask a specialist. My name's Kevin Breitner, broker of the Cressy team, pre-construction and investment specialist. Talk to you soon.